Okay, so you got a problem with your dishwasher. Probably doesn't look like this. This is the whatever troubleshooting manual that's inside the door. You have to take the door apart to get to it. There's your typical blow-up diagram of parts. So typically what will happen is water valve can leak, or the water valve can be defective. So the water valve basically will not let water in. If your machine doesn't start, it doesn't let water in, you have to do a continuity test on that, and or voltage check to see if there's getting voltage to that. Next thing, of course, would be this motor. I've seen some of these motors go faulty on this particular brand. Frigidaire. And so that's a regular 110 motor. You can jump that with 110 to test it. This would be your drain pump here. Now, if your machine's not draining, very common problem, it's not draining, you want to check your gap, your air gap. So your air gap, and then also this has an airflow, this particular one has an airflow dampener. And this is the wax motor. Basically it's a 110 motor that opens and closes this airflow valve thing to help your clothes your dishes dry better. Also it has these, which are the thermal cutoffs, and these are non-resettable thermal cutoffs. If they overheat for some reason, then they'll be open and it won't work. Okay? So there's a couple of troubleshooting tips for you. So this soap dispenser also has a wax motor here. If your soap dispenser does not open, check this wax motor. This is a 110 wax motor, and that should push this so that this door opens when it's activated. You can see it's having a problem here, so it's possible that this wax motor on this one I just stripped out is bad. It also could be a problem with the control board. As you can see, this troubleshooting manual doesn't give you much to go on. Basically, it's saying, well, if you have a problem with the door switch, you replace the door switch. If you dishwasher will not operate when turned on, check your breakers, right? Replace the breakers, whatever, reset the breakers. Door latch is not making contact with door switch, replace latch assembly. Touchpad defective, replace console assembly. So it's just, this basically says, oh, motor hums, will not start, bad motor. Motor stuck to prolonged non-use. Replace motor assembler. And actually, things can get clogged up in that pump. So sometimes you can clean those pumps and solve the problem. So, let's see what we got here. Dishwasher runs but will not heat. Heater element open. That's very seldom. I don't think I've ever seen a bad heat element in a dishwasher. I mean, I've been doing this like 15 years. Wiring terminal defective, high limit thermostat defective. So this is basically a high limit thermostat that is related to the heat element, drying element. If it overheats, that could go down. dishwasher will not pump out. Very common that debris gets stuck in the pump and or the drain line. So you have to check all that. Air gap, the anti-siphon gap that comes out the top of your sink. You have to check that. The dishwasher will not fill with water. Water supply turned off. Defective water inlet valve. Defective float switch. So this also has a float switch in it. It doesn't show it here. There is a float switch. Usually, float switch will cause it to overflow if it's stuck one way, and it will cause it not to allow water to go in if it's stuck the other way. That's basically an on-off switch that could be checked within a volt. Okay, dishwasher siphons out. Drain hose too hard or too low. The drain hose is lower than the unit itself. It should be about 2 inches above the bottom of the machine. So the drain hose can't be lower than the machine, basically. Otherwise, the water will not stay in the machine. That's pretty common, right? Okay, what else? Detergent left in dispenser. Detergent allowed to stand too long. Dispenser wet when detergent was added. Detergent cover held closed or blocked due to dishes. Improper incoming water temperature. Detergent cover will not open. Okay, so that we talked about that. This is detergent cover. Wax motor here, basically. 110 should push this to go open. And so yeah, you can check that with the continuity meter as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you need any help, I give local service 707-443-8347. Also give phone advice, $39 if you're out of town, you need some advice. And you can also send me an email at basstech72588 @gmail.com. Boy Adam Sam, TCH 72588 @gmail.com.